Mojang, you're so cooked. Guys, this new Minecraft Bedrock 1.21 dupe works on realms and is absolutely insane. You'll be able to infinitely dupe any item that you want. Watch the entire video to find out how. Use these dupes at your own risk, and know that using them in multiplayer might get you banned. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet again another Minecraft Bedrock 1.21 dupe tutorial. This new dupe is absolutely insane. It's gonna work on realms, it's gonna work on servers, and it's way better than the bundle dupe. Just a fair warning though, this will be a little bit elongated and tedious, so if you want everything to be correct, do not skip any part of this video. You are warned. If you start skipping through, you are going to miss something. The items that you are going to need is fairly simple. You only need 4 chests, so 2 double chests, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you need 1 hopper. Then you need to decide how you want to do the dupe. You can only put 1 item inside of the chest when we're doing this dupe. So you can either use a shulker box, you can use a diamond sword, or you can use a stack of diamonds. It's completely up to you. For today's tutorial, I will be using a shulker box because you can put a bunch of items inside of it. So go ahead and grab the items that you want to dupe and get them all ready, and let's go ahead and begin. First things first, you want to be next to the end portal in the overworld, and you want to have a bed near it. This is important because we are going to be going back and forth later on in the video. So if you don't have your spawn set next to the portal, it's going to be a nightmare. Bananas in Minecraft. Just make sure you do. Once you have your spawn set, make sure you're equipped to go into the end. Once you are in the end, you will need to go to the end city portal. And I would highly recommend you have some sort of ladder system or an efficient system to get up and down from the main island to the portal. Then I would also recommend that you place a trap door right next to this portal. That way you can flick it like this and go under it and easily just get inside. Once you are in the end city, you're going to do the same thing to that portal. That way we can just go inside that one if we need to. Once you have both of those trap doors next to the portals to efficiently get back and forth from each, go ahead and set up some blocks. It doesn't matter how many blocks you place, just place a couple blocks like this, just build a decent platform. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna pretend that my portal's over here and that I place some blocks just, you know, to play the part of the video and make it a little bit easier for you guys to follow along. So that is my platform that I just built. The next thing we need to do is outline a chunk. As you can see, that is a 16 by 16 Minecraft chunk, and it has to be right in front of the platform. So you don't want this chunk right here. You want the one that's kind of right in front. As you can see, my chunk over here is 16 by 16 blocks, and it's right in front of the platform. So you don't want to outline any chunks that are like directly within the portal. To get the Minecraft chunk, all you have to do is stand somewhere that is in front of the portal. Don't stand right next to it. You'll get the wrong chunk. So just like go way over here somewhere. Doesn't matter where, just somewhere far away. Copy the first coordinate, so -969, and then copy the last coordinate, so 634. You don't want to copy the middle coordinate because that's your Y level. Your Y level does not matter. Once you copy down those coordinates, go to minermends.com/chunkbots. It's a system that I developed to help you. I'll also have it in the description and probably the pinned comment. And then just paste your coordinates inside of this web thing that I created. Chunkbot is a very awesome tool, by the way. Go ahead and hit calculate chunk, and then you'll get the chunk corners. Chunk corners are just this. So you see that's a chunk corner, that's a chunk corner, that's a chunk corner, and that's a chunk corner. You're going to get all 4 chunk corners, and then you're going to connect it to make the 16 by 16 chunk. So I'll just do one with you guys to show you. Let's go ahead and grab the first one. You can just tap on it and copy it. So -976 and 624, there we have it. So you would just place a block right there, and then you would do the same thing for all 4 chunk corners. And like I said, my system provides it for you, so you don't have to, you know, do any of the heavy duty stuff. And I'm gonna just say it one last time, make sure that the chunk is kind of somewhere in front of the portal. You do not want the chunk surrounding the portal. So if you start noticing that it's telling you to like place a block there, there, and there that's right next to the portal, you're gonna have to go up 1 chunk. Once we got this chunk outlined, I would just recommend that you fill this in. What I did over here is I just filled it in with glass. You don't have to, but that's what I would recommend you do. Once you did that, you don't have to use chunkbot anymore because we can just use counting. Since our portal is right here, we're going to go to the top left of this chunk, and we're going to count by 16 blocks. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So from this block right here to this block right here, that's 16. So this is chunk 1, and this is chunk 2. And if you look at the mini map that is directly below my face in the coordinates, you should be able to see that I'm right along the edge, and as soon as I go over here, it changes chunks. So that goes to show chunkbot is accurate, everything's correct, and we're good to go. So we just need to do this a total of 4 times, not including this first one. So this is 1, so I'm gonna use green for the first one. Now I'll change the color to orange just to make it easier on your eyes, and we're gonna go up by another 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So once again, from there to right there, all that orange is 16 blocks. All that green is 16 blocks. So now we have 2 chunks. All right, we just have to do this 2 more times. So we'll go ahead and grab a green concrete block to separate it. And we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And once again, that is our 3rd chunk. We just have to do it one last final time. We'll use magenta concrete. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And don't place a block on the 16th one for this last one. So only go to 15. So I'm going to give you an aerial view of what everything looks like so far. That way you do it in your world accurately. All of these are 16 blocks long except for the pink one. The pink one is 15 blocks long. I'll put a nice lovely visual on screen so you know you could just use that. All right, once you did that, we're gonna now do some of the redstone. What you need to do right here is shift and then place a chest there and then place a chest there. You will then jump up and place a hopper and then jump up, place a chest and then another chest there. That is how that should look. Another thing to note, the reason why we went to 15 blocks is because we want this first part of the chest inside of the chunk and then we want the other part of the chest inside of another chunk. So imagine the chunk is going right through these chests. As you can see, it's going right through them and it's splitting them in half. So this is another chunk and then this is this chunk right here. That is why we went to 15 blocks and not 16. Now what I would recommend you do is just place some blocks around your chest right here. That way you are just able to get around and you don't risk falling. So you could just place a couple blocks just like that. Once you do that, let's go all the way back over here. And now we need to do our redstone. So remember, this is the first chunk we outlined. We don't want to place anything in here. We're going to place it in the first chunk we did with the green. So we'll place it there. Then in front of this, we're going to just place redstone all the way up here. And then now we're just going to place redstone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. After you place 15 redstone, go ahead and place a repeater. The repeater will always be the first block of the next chunk. Or you can just count 15 redstone. Make sure the repeater is not on any ticks, so just place it and don't touch it. And then do this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and place another repeater. You'll repeat this process until you get to that final chunk right here. So that's 15 redstone dust and then the repeater. And remember, the repeater is in the first block of the next chunk over. Then you will fill all of this in with redstone up into the hopper like that. But make sure right here is another repeater. So that's 2 blocks away from the hopper, you have another repeater like that. So if you guys want an aerial perspective of that, that is what it looks like. 15 redstone dust each, and then a repeater, and then it slightly changes on the last one just because we want one more repeater right before that hopper. All right, once you get that situated, go ahead and flick that lever on, and then you're gonna come over here. Go ahead and grab that shulker box that you would like to dupe, or go ahead and grab any stackable item that you want to dupe, or maybe you're duping, an enchantment book. Whatever you're duping, just make sure it's one item. So it can be a shulker box, a diamond pickaxe, it does not matter. Make sure you have one item, and then make sure you have your filler item. I'm gonna be using dirt. You are then gonna open this chest, place your dirt there, and then take the item you are duping and put it there. The top left corner is where the filler item goes, and bottom right corner is where the shulker box goes. And then go ahead and close it. It's not going to go into this chest because we are powering it with a redstone signal. All right, make sure you're paying close attention because this part matters the most. You are now going to leave this area, go all the way back over here, and it's very important you follow this. If you mess up, the whole thing's going to get ruined. You will now go back into the portal, so just flick that like we showed earlier, and then go into the portal. Once you went through the portal into the main island, you are just going to go back to where we just came from. So you're going to go back into the end city like this. Now we are back in the end city. Now once we are back in the end city, we want to flick this lever, but it's very important you do not go inside of the chunk where the lever is. You want to stay right here. Do not cross this line, okay? Do not cross it. If you do, the whole thing breaks. Go ahead and flick the lever to turn everything off. Wait a couple seconds, and then you're just going to go back into the main island once again. So we'll come back over here. We'll flick the trap door, and we'll go inside of the portal to go back into the island. Once you are back on the main island, you want to go back into the overworld. So let's go all the way back. This should just take us right to the portal because we set our spawn right next to it with the bed. This is why the bed's important. Once you are back in the overworld right next to the portal where your bed is, go ahead and go back into the end. I know this is a little confusing, but it's going to make sense, trust me. Once you are back in the end, you will then go back into the end city. So we need to go all the way back to this place. So we'll make our way over here just like this. Flick that up, go in here, and then boom. And once we are back in the end city, everything should be good to go. We should just now come back over here And then if we go into the bottom chest, just right over here, we should see that our items are duped. As you see, I have one shulker box and I have another shulker box. There is a way to do it so you can get 2 at a time, and that requires that you die. So if you guys want to see that version, go ahead and comment down in the comment section. Otherwise, you can just use this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you do have any questions, comment it down or join the Discord server. Please do subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot, and leave a like on this video. I will see you guys in the next one. As always, bye-bye.
I don't listen to the haters, man, I treat them like the enemy. Panic